episode of Financial Freeway. My name is David J. Atwood. I'm the man rocking the Ray-Bans. And it's a little crazy. I'm right downtown right now. I just came down to actually interview the operator and the organizer of the Victoria Whiskey Festival for my whiskycompass.ca website and magazine. And I was thinking about it on the way down here that I was thinking about how I started this. And it's so funny when people talk to me and they like I've been doing this for about 3 weeks now. I started this whole concept 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, I started putting together a website, and then I started reaching out to people to get content for the website. And in less than 3 weeks, I've been able to touch base with a distillery in Scotland, a whiskey festival organizer for Kelowna, and a whiskey festival organizer for Victoria, which is actually one of the most, is an internationally renowned festival, by the way, which is really cool. It's things I'm learning as I'm going through this. So the whole point of me talking about this is I was thinking, because someone said, "Oh my God, you got you do a magazine too, like I've got another thing going," and it is it's horribly easy to start something if you know what you're looking for, if you know what you're doing, if I know if you want. That's the thing. It's not about knowing what knowing what you're doing, because I don't know what I'm doing at all. I have no clue what I'm doing. And I started this literally with the thought that I want to do it. I wanted to start a magazine, and I wanted to start it about whiskey because it's one of the things I enjoy and I'm fairly passionate about. And the more I learn about it, the more intriguing it is to me. And so I thought, well, I'd like to see how far I could take this. And this is why I continually talk about how important it is to actually figure out in life what you want. More than anything else, it's what do you want? And, so many people go, "Oh, I don't know, it's complicated, it's so hard to figure all this stuff out." No, it's not. It really isn't. I sat there. I mean, you might not be able to figure out right away. That's the thing. You won't be able to figure out what it is right away. But what you can do is you can sit down and start the process of trying to figure out what you want. And that's what I did. And it was so great. Me and Gabby were just sitting in the kitchen and we were talking about, what am I passionate about? Because I am passionate about magic, of course. But what else what am I passionate about? Of course, it's teaching people about finance and learning about finance too. But I'm also very passionate about whiskey. And the more I learn about it, the more I learn about how it's truly an incredible little journey, and it's an incredible community. The more I meet people, the more incredible I feel these people are. But what we did there that day is we were sitting there talking, like, what can we do? I like whiskey. If that's a passion of mine, how can I turn that into something that could lead to a fulfilling activity, that could lead into a fulfilling mode of revenue, a stream of revenue, income stream, or possibly even a career? And so this is where we sat down. And again, I sit down with ChatGPT, the free version. You don't need anything but your phone. Whatever device you're watching this on right now is exactly the device you can use to do this. I sat down, and I've said this before about, I like to pet puppies. You put that into ChatGPT and start saying, okay, give me 20 ways that I could create a revenue stream from petting puppies. Or I like to draw squares. Or I love to drive in the country. Or whatever the case is. One of the things it came up, of course, was travel. And the easiest thing, of course, is a travel blog or a YouTube channel about traveling. There's always things you can do with putting together something for your passion, whatever that might be. So, you know what? I took a wrong turn here. I'm going to turn right here. Yeah, that's right. Nice try. Not today, Satan. So, like I said, like it's amazing to me that 3 weeks ago, I was sitting in my kitchen trying to figure out how to make money with my passion being that of whiskey. And 3 weeks later, I'm in the Hotel Grand Pacific with the organizer of one of the world's most renowned whiskey festivals. And he's saying, yeah, here's some photos. We can take some photos. We took some photos. We had a good long chat. All of a sudden, I become accredited. Like I have credentials. I'm a person that has some bearing in the community now because I started putting this work together, and it took me 3 weeks. And so I would challenge anyone who's watching this. What can you do in 3 weeks? How far can you take a silly idea and sit down with the free version of ChatGPT and start plunking away some ideas and keep saying to ChatGPT, how do I make money doing this? How can I turn this into a career? Then once you have that part, go the next step. Say it says, okay, and again, let's go back to the whole thing. I like to hang around puppies. I like to be around puppies. All I want to be is around puppies. So, I'm just driving here. I don't have my artificial intelligence running right now, but I would think, okay, well, you could do a dog sitting. You could work at a veterinarian clinic, or even volunteer at a veterinarian clinic and videotape it, create content, create a website, and throw in some nice royalty-free music from YouTube. They've got that. If you go down and you want to start creating, I can even show you how to do that. Or ChatGPT can show you how to do that. And that's the thing, is what I've learned with this whole, with this entire artificial intelligence thing is, first of all, number one, do not be afraid of it. Dive into it. Lean into it. Play with it. See what it does. And the more I started leaning into it, the more I started playing with it, the more it just helps you. Now, it doesn't do everything, but it will definitely put you to a place where you can start to learn. So, and again, like when I'm doing this, I'm just coming up with this on the top of my head. I'm ad-libbing, I'm improvising as we go. I don't have the script written down, which I should be doing to make it a little bit more concise. But just for instance, what happened with me was I said, how do I make money with doing a whiskey, with whiskey? How to make money with my passion of whiskey? And it, said, start a magazine, subscription-based magazine, start a YouTube video, start a podcast, start a website, which I'm going to do all that stuff. Because finally, after all these years, I finally found something, and I think, you know what? I might be able to have fun with this. And the great thing about it is I can do it from home, so I can still keep my job. I don't have to be away from my wife. I can be around my kids, and I can just, really work hard at getting this up and running. But I don't know what to do. So I asked ChatGPT for 20 ideas on how to make money with whiskey that don't involve selling whiskey. And it came up with 20 great ideas. So I started narrowing it down. And what you do is, when you are asking artificial intelligence something, you're asking AI something, ask it to explain itself in detail until you get to a point where you understand something. For instance, part of my whiskey journey is to build a website. I have to build the website, which is whiskeycompass.ca. I hope you check it out. Actually, I'll leave a link down below so you can check it out in the comments. But I have no idea what I'm doing. Building a website, none. I know what I want it to look like. So I went to a website that I liked, and I kept just playing with websites until I found one that really looked good, that kind of suited the look that I was going for. With the warm amber, deep green colors, it had what would I think about a successful man enjoying whiskey? What would his library look like? Something like that. And so it put me into this position where I could start to kind of see what I wanted. And then I just said, okay, how do I do this? how do I do this? And I kept doing that all the way along until I got to a point where it was like, now I know how to do that. So I kept saying, how do I do this? How do I do this? And I got to a point where it's like, okay, well, you need to do this. You need to open up this thingamabob. And so that's what I did. I'm gonna go this way, and then it's like, okay, get yourself a WordPress account. Get yourself some royalty-free photos. And pick out a theme that you like on your WordPress ideas. Get a website name, register that name, get someone to host it for you. And I kept going through, doing all the steps, and then boom, 3 weeks later, I have a website. I have a real working website with an email form, and I've got a blog on it. I've got the whisky, the WC University, or the Whisky 101, which I think is so much fun. The point is that by digging down into these, into what you want with AI, eventually you're going to get to a point where you understand what you need to do. Like I say, just get to the point where you can actually understand the first step. And then once you get the first step, get that out of the way, get that done, start building on that. And then when you get stuck, you go back to ChatGPT or AI or whatever AI you're using, and you just say, okay, well, how do I do this? In fact, there was a point really quick here. I know I'm going a little bit long today. There was a point where I couldn't figure out how to change text in a certain part of the website. The website was the text was white on a white background, so it just disappeared. So I was like, oh, how do I change that? It kind of really bothered me. So I went to ChatGPT and it says, well, you do this. And I said, it's not working. Well, then do this. And I said, I can't find that part. And then finally it says, how about I just write you a code and you dump it into a part of the WordPress site? And I did. I took the code it made and I dumped it in, and boom, it fixed exactly what I wanted. It fixed it perfectly. So if you are stuck trying to build something, and I'm using the website as an idea, it might be something completely different. Like say you want to go work at a veterinarian clinic, and you ask it, how do I do that? How do I go work at a vet clinic? It will go through and show you all the steps, and say it says, okay, well, now you need to get some education because maybe they don't want some crazy people just like to molest puppies in there. So maybe you have to have some sort of qualifications. Ask it what qualifications you need. Ask it how to get those qualifications. And then where do you get those qualifications? And then start moving in that direction. And that's exactly what you need to do. It's that simple. So keep pushing, keep moving forward, keep trying, like I said, try to figure out what you want. Put the work in. It's not going to be, when it clicks, this is my personal experience. When it clicks, when you find out what your passion is, it clicks hard. It clicks really hard. And it just seems to go bang into place, like slamming a door. And it fits so easily. This is what happened with me 3 weeks ago. And what I find hard now is staying focused on all the other things I started because I'm so excited about this project. But I really do believe that this is a good thing to do, and I'm going to keep it going. I'm going to really see how far I can take it and have fun with it. Don't worry about making money right away. If you're out there and you're struggling to make bucks, start flipping cars or flip furniture, or, I saw a guy making, 20 grand a month flipping couches. You can do that if you want. My thing is, don't worry too much about making money following your passion at first. Give it some time. Get good at it. Get really good at it. Get a name for yourself. Keep pushing, keep connecting, keep networking, and eventually you'll get to a point where they'll be calling you. And you'll be the person they go to for advice when they have questions. Like, think about that. So keep ruminating and keep contemplating on what you want to do and what makes you happy and what brings you joy. And I promise you, we live in a most exciting time right now, because anything, and I mean anything, that you like to do, you can actually make a good living out of it. You just have to find the right way, the right medium to do that. So what I would say is keep pushing, keep working, keep thinking, keep writing down all those things that bring you joy, whatever it is, watching Disney movies, riding on buses, whatever the case is. I promise you, somewhere out there, there is a way to make a good living out of it and actually have a happy life. Anyways, folks, I'm just so excited because, like I say, I was just welcomed into the media testing for the Victoria Whiskey Festival, and I just had a great interview with the organizer, and this was something I started 3 weeks ago. It can happen that quick. It really can. We're still got a long way to go to be considered a success, but I tell you, I am sure I'm having a good time so far. Anyways, folks, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you're watching me on YouTube. That really helps. I noticed I got a few more subscribers. Oh, man. Thank you so much for my new subscribers. That means so much, and it really, really helps. So huge thank you to those guys. And also, thank you for the comments. Like, some guy said, you know, look, my intro's too long. I don't need an intro that long. It's like, you know what? I appreciate those things. And I will take them under advisement, and I'll start to think, okay, maybe my intro is a little bit long. I was being a little bit too creative, I think, with that one. But you know what? I'm actually going to take what he says to heart and see what we can do about it. About trimming it up a little bit, making a slightly more streamlined introduction, possibly. But the whole thing is I really do appreciate people coming in, checking out what I'm doing here, and commenting on it. It's really, really a big deal. And of course, check out financialfreeway23.ca. And while you're at it, check out whiskeycompass.ca and you tell me what you think. I'm enjoying the process. I really am enjoying the whole learning experience. And not only that, getting to meet some really amazing people. That's a lot of fun. And finally, as I always say, spread the word, spread the good news, because our mission here is to make sure that everyone in the world understands that they have the inalienable right to live a life of success, happiness, and abundance. Wherever you are on this chilly but beautiful winter day, God bless.